Hello, welcome to Rocco's Licks and Mix. We have another video for you today for the unboxing or open box series playlist. This video will also be found in the YouTube studio build. And what we have here is a Focusrite Scarlett 4i4 4th generation that we're going to open up and we're going to talk to you a little bit about. It's a little bit lengthy video, but there's a lot of information packed into this, and I'm going to get through it as fast as I can for you. So give me just a second, we'll start opening the box and get into it. First things first, we're going to go ahead and get this box opened up and we'll see actually what's in this box. So I purchased this from Amazon. You'll see that link down in the description, so you can go purchase the same product. It is packaged in, looks like the original box, well actually I thought it was the original Focusrite, but I guess it's what Focusrite shipped it out to Amazon in. Alright, so we'll open this up, then we get the Focusrite box that this came in. This is an audio interface. Alright, so that's what we have. That's the front of the box. Then we have the back of the box. Okay, that gives you an idea of what that looks like. There's one side of the box. Not much on that side. This side's the same. Okay, that's what we have. So the quick purpose of this is so we can hook guitars into our computer and record those audio files. We can also hook in a microphone and we can record voiceovers on video. So that's the purpose of buying this for our studio. Just kind of the quick of it, the quick summary. Okay, so we got a little bit of tape here. Just cut that. Okay. It says for the musician, and then you open it up, it says who never stops creating. Welcome to studio sound. This is what you see. Okay. Try not to dump this out. Alright, got that. And then this is the lid. Okay, alright. Now it is my understanding, and they have the graphic here at the bottom, that shows you plug this into your computer using USB-C. I think that's a USB-C 2.0 series. Once you plug that into your computer, then you will have to download or go to, it says there's a website for Focusrite.com, Scarlett-4i4-4G /easy-start. So it has that website written there that you go to, and it's my understanding you have to download some software to actually get this to work. So that probably has something to do with, you've got the actual interface here, but then you probably be able to control that interface through the computer monitor as well. So, so that's what we have there. Let's take this out. Okay. We'll save the good stuff here for later. That'll be the last part. Okay. And there's a lot of specifications and things I have to talk about. If it goes into too lengthy a video, I may have to split this one up into two videos, but I'm gonna try to pack it all into this one. Important safety instructions. Okay. Those are included. All right. And I really like the packaging. You know, it's not exactly like Apple packaging, but it is very close. Okay. This is the cable that's inside this box. Okay. And this looks like a USB-C to USB-A. So that's the cable you get. Like I said, I believe this is USB-C 2.0. Let's see. Not sure about the type A. Okay, so this is nice. So you'll see right there is the USB-C on one end, and it appears on the other end is the USB-A. Okay, that is an adapter. You can take that off. Take that little adapter off. Let's see. Try to get that a little closer so you can see it. Okay, and then you're just left with a USB-C to USB-C. Okay, so that's what we have there. That's pretty nice. So So that has everything you need for connectivity. Okay. We have some packaging material. It's pretty thick, dense, rigid. And then we have, let's see, that's all that's in the box. Okay. And I'll just put all that back inside there in case I ever need to repackage it for some reason. We got this box left. That's the only information on this box. Okay. Just a little black cardboard box. I don't know yet, but I'm assuming this is the power supply that plugs into the wall. And we are correct. Actually feels pretty solid. Okay. I'm not exactly sure on the length of these cords. The USB-A to USB-C cord. I'm going to estimate this for you. Let's see. I'm going to say that's probably about 3 feet long. Okay. That's the USB-C to C or C to A, depending on if you're using the converter or not. And let's see. This is the power cable. I'm going to say, you can see my hands kind of stretched out. I'm about 5'10". My arms are pretty stretched out, so you know this is probably at least a 5-foot cord power supply. Okay. I'll just get as close as I can to show that to you. Okay, and we got some numbers on the bottom here, or on the back side. Okay. Now, all this came with it, so you shouldn't ever have to purchase another one, but if you did, you know, then you'd know what to buy by what I showed you there. Okay, so for the final, most important thing in this box. Okay. Now we have the actual audio interface in this bag. So go ahead, and it's got a couple slices of tape. Go ahead and cut that loose. Actually, there's 3 pieces of tape. There's one on the end that I didn't see. Okay. So we got the bag, which is pretty good quality bag, pretty thick bag that we have. Okay. And then we have some more of this moisture absorbent. Okay. All right, so this is going to be kind of hard to see. I'll get as close as I can. Okay. Give you the best view possible. That's the front. Okay. This is the back. Okay. On the bottom, there's a lot of information. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, or be able to read that. It's kind of hard for me to read. Just looking at it myself. And on the top, quite simply says Focusrite. So, all right, there's nothing on the sides. So that's the interface we'll be talking about through the rest of this video. So that's pretty much all I have to show you in the box. As far as the quality, it's got a metal housing on the outside. Feels very solid. So the Generation 3 knobs look like they were metallic, whereas these are rubbery feeling and plastic. Still feels like good quality. I don't know the exact term for it, but I would say these knobs are weighted, so they like have a little bit of resistance. They're not spinning free. So it feels like you could dial in things pretty accurately. Okay, so that's what we have here. Couple of line and microphone inputs in the front. Okay, on the back we have some couple quarter-inch inputs, and then we have a MIDI in and out. Okay, we got 4 outputs, and it has a 5-volt DC. Okay, Okay, so that's the power. The power is the 5-volt DC. That's what I showed you already, that plugs into the wall, and it has a USB port directly beside the 5-volt power. So, all right. So that's what the product looks like. We're going to take a little time now. We're going to talk to you about it. Like I said, this is where the video gets a little lengthy, but we'll go ahead and get right into that, jump right in. So, all right, so we're back here. We're going to read off some of this information, some of these specs. I know this can be boring, which is a lot of people that really want to know this stuff. And so I did my homework, tried to basically, the focus of this is to look at the 4th generation 4i4 and kind of base it with the 3rd generation and see if there's any differences, see if there's any changes, see if there's anything that you would want to know before you bought one or the other. Maybe some of these things are not important. You could go with the generation 3. Maybe something new's out with generation 4, and that's the one that you want. So I'm just trying to show you what this is so you can pick out the one that's correct for you. And like I said, there's a lot of information. Probably should be on a separate video, but I wanted to get it all right here so you didn't have to click back and forth to find this. So this is the 4th generation differences versus the 3rd generation differences. So it says 4th gen has air mode, auto gain, and clip safe. So that was not listed on 3rd generation looking at the Focusrite website. So the clip safe is the big one. That's the one that keeps you from getting your volume too high to where it pushes too hard and affects your audio quality. So I've got to learn about that. This is brand new to me, but I do know that the clip safe keeps you from doing that. Both products have connectivity USB Type-C with USB 2.0. They both have form factor desktop. The 4th gen has simultaneous input-output 6x6. The 3rd generation has 4x4 instead of 6x6 on the simultaneous output side. The AD resolution is 24-bit, 192 kilohertz. That's the same on both products. Okay, so looking at the size, the dimensions, the height of the 4th generation is 2.32 inches versus 1.87 inches of the 3rd gen. 4th gen width is 7.09 inches versus 7.28 inches on the 3rd gen. The depth is 5.08 inches versus 4.71 inches on the 3rd gen. And the weight on the 4th gen is 1.78 pounds, which is about a half pound heavier than the 3rd gen, which weighs in at 1.3 pounds. So supported sample rates are all the same. Microphone input looks like the frequency response is the same. Maybe the accuracy is dialed in a little bit better. The latency, these are supposed to be low latency type interfaces, so that's good. Dynamic range, 116 decibels, which is up from the 3rd gen, which is 111. And you're going to see that on all these inputs. The dynamic range is going to have a higher decibel rating than what the 3rd gen did. So, and the gain range is also quite a bit higher. So on microphone inputs, the gain range is 69. On the 3rd gen, it was 56. Variable line inputs, gain range 69, once again 56. Fixed line inputs, dynamic range is 115, that's up as well. Instrument inputs, dynamic range is 113 decibels, it's 110 with the 3rd gen. Gain range 62, once again is up from 56. So those are kind of the highlights on the outputs and inputs. Headphone output, same thing, dynamic range is up. 104 is the 3rd gen, it goes up to 112 with the 4th gen. So it's just, these little improvements. Line outputs that are balanced, it goes up from 108 decibels up to 120 decibels on the dynamic range. So all that is pretty consistently just brought up a little bit. So there's been some changes there. Don't really see a lot of other things different. One thing you will need to make some notes of is what type of operating system you have on your computer. Like I mentioned earlier, you will have to download some software or an app for this. So on the Mac operating system, with the 3rd gen, you could have had a 10.12 operating system. Now you must have an 11 operating system. With 3rd gen on Windows side, Windows 7 SP1 or Windows 10 version 1809, Now, with the 4th gen, it has to be Windows 10 or later, and it says it requires download for app, etc. Okay, so that's pretty much that. We talked about what was in the box already, because obviously we just opened that up. Now, everything's in there that you need for connectivity and for power. All right, so a few more things really quickly. So the 3rd gen, we have 2 XLR combo 1/4 inch combo inputs. Same thing on the 4th gen. They got the 2 preamps. Let's see, analog outputs are the same. 4 analog outputs, 1/4 inch is the size that you plug into. Headphones are the same. It's a 1/4 inch headphone, so it's a larger headphone jack. If you're thinking about that, if you're purchasing headphones around this same time. And it has a MIDI input-output on both, and uses USB-C. So all those connections are very similar, pretty much the same. Okay, so that's pretty much all the specifications. I'm just going to read through some things real quick that I found on the internet, and then it should be able to wrap this video up. So let's see. So it's basically says this gives songwriters plenty of reasons to upgrade a previous generation interface. It's got an updated mic preamp, RedNet derived AD to DA conversion, dynamic gain halos, and more. So and like I mentioned to you, it's got that clipping thing that keeps you from clipping out when your volume gets too high. So that's pretty cool. And you got studio quality sound from this. So even though there's lots of different levels of these Focusrite products that you can buy. I mean, you can go all the way up to the rack systems. There's lots of different versions of these products. They have a Scarlett range, which is what this is. They have the Claret range, a lot of other different little ranges. They have the red range, a lot of different things. The Vocaster, those are just different products, different levels. Like I said, they even have the rack systems where you can just, chain all these together. It's amazing what you can put together with these systems. But for what I'm doing, I don't need anything major, so I just got this. This is not really entry level, but it's pretty entry level. It's closer to the bottom end of things. I basically got the lowest level, that I needed for music and having voiceovers. So. And I'm not like recording a whole band at one time, so I don't need a lot of inputs for this thing. So, all right, so let's see what else we have to talk about here. Okay, it includes an exclusive software bundle. A lot of these software bundles, they're really nice, but they're limited. You got like 3-month subscriptions that you can use, and basically it's giving you an available time to try them out and see what works for you. So you can buy this product, you get those 3-month subscriptions, and then you pick out what you need to keep and what you don't need to keep. So, and then if you have to, you'll continue those subscriptions. Has 4th generation microphone preamp, delivers clear, detailed sound. Air mode adds high-end presence and harmonic-rich drive, reminiscent of top-of-the-line studio console. Guitar-friendly, high-Z input yields an amp-like feel that's guaranteed to inspire. RedNet derived converters yield a 120 decibels of dynamic range. Dynamic gain halos supply at-a-glance monitoring of input and output signal levels. Custom designed headphone amplifier with independent level control. And let's see, of course I've got some Sennheiser headphones to go with this, so really high quality. There's a video about that as well in the playlist of the studio build. Easy start function guides beginning users through setup while providing recording tips and other helpful content. Loopback functionality routes stereo, audio form, music apps straight to your DAW via virtual inputs. So that's pretty much a quick overview about that. Of course, if you buy this from Sweetwater, they give you like a 2-year warranty coverage. I'm not sure exactly what the product itself has. I'm thinking it's a 3-year warranty. Is what comes. 3-year warranty is what actually comes from the company, from Focusrite themselves. So you got a really good warranty. And Amazon states that there is a low return rate for this product. So a lot of people find it useful, helpful, and it's good quality. Not having to send it back and get new versions or one that works or anything like that. So that's good to know. It's also a 2024 SOS Award winner for Best Audio Interface. That's what Focusrite has one with their 4th generation sound equipment with their interfaces. So they did win an award for that. Okay, so I think that's about all we have to talk about. Now, you know, from 3rd gen to 4th gen, there's some things about that. Just in how it looks, I mentioned the dials went from metallic to kind of a rubbery plastic feel, and you still have the instrument and line inputs, microphone inputs, they're still on the front. You have the main output dial still on the front. So really some things moved around, but they didn't really move around, you know. So, I mean, they look different. And on the back, it's basically the same thing. Same outputs, same inputs, they just moved around a little bit. The 3rd generation, it has like a gloss black kind of face to it. This one has a flat black face, and some people are saying that with the flat black, it does not show those fingerprints as bad, doesn't show dust as bad, those sort of things. That's, you know, doesn't attract that. So, all right, so that's about all we have to talk about. If you're interested in the audio quality of this Focusrite Scarlett 4i4, just stay tuned in. Like, subscribe, turn your notifications on. My future videos, voiceovers, guitar tones, everything will be sent through this into my computer. That is what we're going to use to record with. So that's pretty much all I have for today. I apologize, I know that was a long video, but I packed it full of information. I pulled from different sources online, from the Focusrite website, from the Sweetwater website, try to get all the information I could for you and compare the differences in 3rd and 4th gen all in one place, so you don't have to spend the time doing that. It'd take me several hours to collect that data. It only takes you about 20 minutes to watch this video. So once again, I hope I helped you out on your YouTube journey. Thank you very much for watching. We always love our audience. So tune in again next time for more Rocco's Licks and Mix.